lovely lady. This lady and I started comedy together. And we have a bit of an anniversary tonight because she and I did open mic for the first time 1 year ago this night. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome my friend Amanda Carey.
All right, hello everyone. Hello. How are y'all doing? Yeah, it is bright. Okay. Happy almost St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I celebrated last night, made my ancestors proud, drank a little too much. But the hangover is not the biggest concern. You all sound like you're doing better than my situation I have going on here. You might be curious, how did I break my foot? Was I saving a cat from a tree and we tragically fell during the rescue? Was it some groovy dance moves? Or was it an intense tennis match where I'm trying to qualify for the Olympics? I know it's convincing, I've got that athletic build, so definitely the third, right? No, the story is actually much, much less interesting. Yeah, clumsiness is like just a personality trait for me at this point. And I'm not talking like Bella Swan, melodramatic falls and need to be saved by vampires. Although 15-year-old me probably would prefer that. No, I just have no body awareness. And because of this, I never have cool stories for my injuries. Like, it's never a fun thing. Now, complicated medical stuff and trauma, I could entertain you with that for days. But my broken foot is merely a result of me not being able to do something most people are pretty capable of: walking down the stairs. Yeah, but what made me feel less pathetic was actually, I found out that it is the #2 leading cause of injury in the United States. Yeah, behind car crashes. It's about 5 times more likely to be in a car crash, unless you're me. Because my odds are more like 15-1 stairs versus car crashes. And I've been in at least 3 car crashes, guys. The stairs are not my friend. But enough about stairs, more about me. As Catherine mentioned, this is, 1 year of comedy today. So exciting. I started stand-up by taking a class actually last year. That's how I got into it. And I just did on Monday my 3rd grad show for that same class. And no, I did not fail and need to repeat the class. I don't think you can fail it because I paid to be there the first time. But I also was not just like paying for repeated stage time. I actually learned enough that first round that like now people pay me to do this. That's pretty cool. It's mostly in the form of pizza and hard seltzer, but sometimes there's cash. But like any other comedian, I'm not in this for the money, because what money? I am in this for the attention. Now, I decided to reread my high school diary recently. If you want to hurt yourself, that's a good way to do it. But it's kind of like watching the news right now. You just need to emotionally prepare before you do it. But I'm reading through page after page of this poor 15-year-old girl who just felt so alone. And there's some ramblings about vampires. But look at me now, in a room filled with adoring fans. Look at you. Thanks for boosting that 15-year-old ego. Face it, all us comedians, we're traumatized, right? Is this the best coping skill? It's debatable. My therapist has some opinions. But I think right now, more than ever, we need comedy, right? Because despite all the clowns in office, that makes me laugh more out of terror. But a good comedy show, we might get you to laugh till you cry, right? That good belly laugh. Whereas our commander-in-chief just makes me cry. Honestly, it's enough to drive you to drink, But with these new tariffs, that's about to be out of my budget too. I hate the fact that now, like, if I want to go to brunch, I'm going to have to make a choice between the mojito or the omelet. Is that I'm not bougie enough for both? Oh, yeah, but that's half the reason I put myself through the torture of online dating last year. Could really use a second income in this economy. But I'll be real, I know that I'm kind of a hard sell. You know, firstly, I'm an ADHD woman, meaning autistic and have ADHD. And let me just make a little side note about the TISM for a second. So most high-masking autistic adults, we learn pretty early on to like tuck away the weird stuff, you know, so we're more palatable for the normies. I've done my fair share of stimming and can be socially awkward at times, but I learned, right? And also in my professional career, I've worked mostly with autistic children, autistic adults, and never have any of us stimmed in the form of a Roman salute. Because that is not a stim, friends. A stim is a repetitive behavior. You gotta do it over and over. Once or twice, that's a choice. It's kind of like a man forgetting condoms, right? The first time, maybe it was an accident. The second time, you know the game he's playing, and we gotta shut that shit down. No, I mean, honestly, my worst stim is I tend to sway, right? Like, and that can be a little annoying, maybe, a bit distracting. More than anything, though, it's actually been pretty helpful. I've had quite a few friends just like throw their kids in my arms so I can rock them to sleep. Which, it's really nice that my friends have such confidence in me, right? They trust me to hold their children when I'm such a fall risk. Yeah, makes up for my own lack of confidence. And let's be real, the self-doubt, that started young, right? That was all over those diary pages. And it's definitely a result of being an undiagnosed neurospicy kid. But, I'm trying not to think about the trauma, you know, I'm losing my place. But ADHD is probably the thing that's caused more issues in my life than the autism. A great example is about a little over a year ago, I was dating this guy who checked off a couple of good boxes, right? Had a good job, kept his place tidy, and he was in therapy. Right? My book, therapy is better than diamonds. Whew. For me, therapy talk could be dirty talk. Right? Like, yes, tell me how you're healing your generational trauma. Ooh, get me excited talking about your feelings. Oh, Dad, you're emotionally intelligent? Oh, what? But another checkbox was he also liked stand-up. And I had suggested that we go see this show over at Steel Stacks as a date. He's like, all right, yeah, buy the tickets. So I know a few things. I know that it's Chris Gethard performing, great funny guy. I know that it is a fundraising show for addiction recovery. What I did not know, because my ADHD was too bored to read a few paragraphs, was that most of the audience would be comprised of recovering addicts themselves, which under normal circumstances wouldn't have been an issue. Except it was an inside joke between me and this man that maybe he was an alcoholic. Yeah, because like, I mean, come on guys, all I ever saw him drink was whiskey and air, never water. And he did also tell me that he was like profiled by his college to be at high risk of alcoholism, so I had my reasons. What I was not expecting, though, was that the first comic would come up and tell everyone how she was so happy to be in a room full of other recovering addicts. And if you're not one, maybe this is your intervention. Well, looks were exchanged, accusations were made, and we went on no more dates after that. But I did somehow wind up dating another alcoholic for a little bit. Ooh, yeah. Thankfully, he was a commitment phobe, and he just wound up being more of a friend with few benefits. I have been lucky enough to find a man with many benefits. Yeah, he's supportive. He's actually here in the audience. Not only does he support me, oh yes. Not only does he support me in these ways, but he's also been letting me live rent free at his place for a little bit. I'm tired of being an independent woman. It is exhausting for me and my wallet. And my man, he spoils me. He takes me for drinks weekly, and I woke up to an omelet this morning. I know. I caught me a big spender. So thank you, honey. And thank you all for coming out tonight.
For Amanda.